Well, before we start this video, I want to remind you guys that over 90% of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel. So please just smash the subscribe button and let's go to the video. What's up, boys and girls? Bruno here with Team UTY, and today I'm here with Lizard Wizard, or AKA,
What's
present
up?
yourself. Present yourself, my man.
Garrison, big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Been friends with Bruno for a couple years now. We went to the
hmm
regional. I was there for his fourth place. We got the matching watches. Chilling,
Let's
bro.
go. Let's go. So today we're gonna be going over a Banlist prediction. We're kind of like mid-season. It's like already been like over like 3 months, I think, since the last Banlist. And that's normally how Konami goes. Like every 3 to 4 months, there's a ban list. Sometimes it take a little longer. Okay, so Garrison, what do you think we're gonna have? Like, when do you think ban list is gonna drop?
Oof. When was the last one we got? How long ago was it?
It was like a little over 3 months ago, I feel like.
3 months. I mean, it's a little soon for sure. So we might get it. We might have to wait till like January or something at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I can see being dropped like by December or like just before January, before like
Yeah.
the big YCSs and stuff. But yeah, okay, let's start off on this list here. I I didn't want to start on this cards actually, but this is a little controversial. I know tier players gonna hate me for saying this, but please don't touch my deck, and I'm fine with your deck. These two cards, like, just like so annoying for me, like to like mill 5 cards from my deck, especially like if I have like a 1 card piece like for my combo in the deck that needs to be in the deck. I don't want that to be sent to the graveyard. It's just too annoying, these cards, in my opinion. So what do you think, Garrison?
Oh man, as a salad player, like Salad Man Great, there's so many times playing against tier locals or whatever, and they'll mill my field spell. I'm just like, okay, so we're not
Ah,
relinking. We're not relinking, I guess.
yeah.
But I don't know. They're fun cards. Like we both play zombies too. You can appreciate it in zombie decks, whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're kind of crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it was a mistake printing them. I feel like ban it's like their place, honestly. Like, let's be realistic, like it does way too much. Like milling 5 cards from your deck to the graveyard for free is just insane for me, in my opinion.
I mean, if you
Uh
think about it too, there was Needlebug Nest that was like, what was it, limited forever? Like it
oh
was
yeah.
limited for a while too,
It's the
and
same card, yeah.
mhm, it's very good.
Exactly. I mean, it's like
Level
it's a
5, bro.
flip, it's a flip effect, right? That card? Some, or is it a trap?
Oh
Oh,
no, no,
it's a
no,
trap.
the trap one, the trap one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's a trap. Yeah, I'm thinking about Big Eye. I'm not sure why, but anyway, yeah.
Oh man.
I know. The next card, like, I'm not gonna put this in limited, but I feel like this card is either no change or ban. In my opinion, it needs to be errata as well. I was talking with Garrison about this. This card is absolutely broken. Like, it recycles so many times for the, like, any warrior deck that plays like like that goes into Isolde. Like, this just goes so crazy with it. But Garrison, tell them, what do you think it's gonna be a good errata for this card?
I mean, what would we do? Hard once per turn on both effects, probably.
That's probably the best way to do it. If I could, I'll put this on a wish list. Just like put hard once effects, like activate to equip just once per turn, and then to like recycle just once per turn as well. Maybe the equip you can like put like multiple times, but the recycle more than
Yeah.
once per turn it's insane. But right now I feel like this card needs to get banned. It's banned on the OCG, and it makes sense. It's infinite resources, infinite material. It just gives them too much advantage in late game, mid game, at the beginning of their turn. Like any time like this card goes off, there's just so many times they can recycle this. So
Yeah. The
uh,
errata's kind of an interesting idea. Like Konami's kind of rare on erratas. Like there's not a few. Like the last one is like what? The Red
Ancient
Eyes,
Fairy,
Darkness, Metal. Oh, Ancient Fairy. That's right.
yeah.
And so there's a chance, but I don't know. I feel like even if it was once per turn, they would still play it. It's such a good card. Like
Mm-hmm.
just like you were saying, Isolde, just send it. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Free real estate. Yep.
Hmm.
I feel like Ben is a place to be the card. Isolde, on the other hand, I feel like it's a really good card for those decks. Let's be realistic. Most decks that play equip spells tend to brick on them. Fire Warriors, though, they have like amazing equip spells. Like, not gonna lie, it's pretty much like Rotas in form of equip spells, which makes sense for Konami to do that because now it's like actually playable. It's not like completely a brick if you have a monster in the field you can equip, send to grave, search one. But Isolde on itself, their effects are not once per turn. The first, I mean, if you imperm one, they will just go like into another one, and that's
They're
like
separate effects.
separate effects. And as well, like Rhoda is a 1 right now. Let's just think about this. Rhoda is a 1, right? Like it searches level 4 or lower. Isolde searches any warrior. I mean, you cannot use the monster effects the turn, but as we've seen like on Rescue Ace, they can search a hand trap monster to their hand, so like it doesn't really matter. Like next turn, it's gonna be alive, the hand trap, so that's good.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, also sending 4 or like 3 or 4 equip spells to the graveyard is just too broke in my opinion. So I think limited is a good spot to put the card. If they hit, it actually hurts. It's not like, oh, okay, yeah, I can go into another one. So doesn't make much sense.
It's almost like a future fusion for that deck. It just like sends everything they want to the grave and just like free. Boom.
Exactly. Another card I want to talk about, it's Engage. What do you think, Garrison? Tell me, what do you think about Engage?
I mean, Sky Strikers are kind of a joke right now. Like, they're very powerful, they've got good history, but they keep getting all the support and no results, you know? They're just not getting results. So, I mean, it could be fun to, like, test it, bring it back, but people are very strong opinion on this deck. Like, they either love it or they hate it, you know?
One thing I can say is, just like the past, like, weekend, this past week, Sky Striker got more support. I'm not sure if you've seen that. Like, there's gonna be a level 1 main monster that summons Rose from the deck. Like, dude, this deck is about to go crazy. And Konami will probably try to promote this deck as much as they can. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they do this right now, to go unlimited. But I can probably tell you that this is gonna go limited in the future. If not this Banlist, the next one, this card should be going to unlimited. Just because there's too much support coming out. Makes sense to just go to 3 right now. So, yeah.
I mean, they could wait and just test the waters after the support's given, just to see how it goes.
Oh, yeah. But if they want to sell it, they're gonna put it as unlimited. If they want to sell product, they're gonna put this unlimited. Being realistic. Okay.
Salamangrate's the same thing. We got support.
Oh yeah.
Limited everything.
Exactly. The only one that I can see struggling, it's actually here we go, Misk. Dude, it was the perfect timing for like Konami like to make money. It was just like, oh, let's put Misk back to 2 or 3 and get like ground
came out.
ground Xeno, bro. Like it would be crazy. You know? Yeah. But let's talk about Misk right now since we're like, talking about Engage. Let's talk about Misk. What do you think is Misk gonna happen? I can see Misk going to semi in my opinion. But I'm not a Dino player. You're the Dino player. Tell me.
Yeah, I dabble a little bit. It's pretty fun. Like, have you read Misk? It's a meme. It's like a very good card, but dinos on their own are just not enough. Like, they don't have follow-up necessarily. It's just like kind of an explosive. That's it. Like, we're just going right now, and that's it. If we win or not. So, yeah, I would appreciate it at 2 or 3. Like, even when it was, I don't think that it was too crazy of a deck. Like, Miscellaneousaurus is a crazy card. Can't deny it, but it only protects your face-up dinos. Like, everything else is still affected. You can make these crazy boards, but you can still nib, imperm, whatever, and just, I don't know. There's so many board breakers too now. So.
For sure, definitely. Would you like to see this as a semi or as a wish list, like to 2 to 3? What do you think is more realistic? Semi?
Bring it to 3, bro.
Let's put it.
Just bring it to 3.
I'm gonna put this on a wish list. I believe in you. I believe in you. But I'll put it in the wish list. Okay. So another thing is, let's talk about Fenrir first before Unicorn. Okay. So Fenrir is being like 2 splashable every single deck, like, and their mother is playing Fenrir right now. It's absolutely insane for me to think about it, like how splashable Fenrir is, and right now is unlimited. On the LCG, I'm not sure if this is banned or limited. It might be banned actually in the LCG, if I'm not mistaken. But Fenrir is like so broken in my opinion. I feel like Fenrir is a good card in the Kashtira deck, right? I think that's fair. Like, they bring the monster, it's a boss main deck monster, free to summon. I get it. But like most decks that play this get like so much advantage from it. Like, we see Pankratops. Pankratops is limited. And like,
that's what I was gonna bring up. I was like, what's going on with Pank?
I know, right?
What's
like,
going on with Pank, dude?
Dude, if they want to keep this like a free Pank, that's what I'm gonna say. But my honest take. Ooh, here we go. I got out of the place. Okay, but my honest take is, I think they should limit Fenrir. The reason why is on Kashtira, they can still search Fenrir, they can still summon a Fenrir, they can revive it from graveyard, you can do whatever you want with Fenrir still on Kashtira. It's still much alive. But in the other deck, it's not going to be splashable anymore. Like special Fenrir, search Fenrir for next turn. That's not going to happen anymore. People are going to stop playing Fenrir, like going first. Maybe as a going second tech, broken, absolutely broken. I can see that. And not only that, but doing this, it also gets the Vanquish Soul deck a little bit weaker, so they don't search the fire attribute to their hand. I feel like getting Fenrir to 1 is absolutely fine, and it would not hurt Kashtira, in my opinion. It would like make them still viable, but not as broken, you know? What do you say? What do you have to say? Tell me.
No, I agree. I really like that take.
Mm-hmm.
Just 'cause what were you talking about? Like, there's so many decks that just splash it. If they play like a level 3 tuner, it's just a free Baron and it searches, and they've got follow up that can
Mm-hmm.
vanish. Oh my goodness, it's like it's a
Yeah,
lot. The card does a lot.
that's true. Yeah, like Fenrir plus Ash Blossom is Baron and a banish face down and a search of another Kashtira to your hand, so it's just too broken. But my take is, if you do this to Fenrir, I like to see Unicorn back to Unlimited. The reason why, it's like I said, this is like a start piece for Kashtira. I know the effect is really good to banish extra deck face down, especially now people are not like playing like 2 Oz because of Kashtira, but it's just like a combo piece like Engage is for like uh Sky Striker, you know, stuff like that. Like it makes sense to have like this card at 3 if this go limited. If not, give this both semi maybe. It's a take, you know. Maybe keep both semi limited. But if Kashtira, Fenrir is going to 1, Unicorn gotta go to 3, so it gives more consistency to Kashtira. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of took like a hiatus during like the tier and cash format, so like I'm not super practiced on that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting for sure. I agree with like the um Fenrir to 1 with Unicorn to 3. It's definitely an interesting idea. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we're gonna take this right now. Um, what about this guy?
I mean,
By the way, guys, look at Garrison's watch right now. Broken. Best watch ever, bro. Best watch. But being realistic right now, this card is just another mistake that Konami did printing this. I get it. At the time was like super hard to like summon this. At the
yeah,
time was like
during your
impossible, you
opponent's
know.
turn too.
Yeah, like are you gonna do this on your opponent's turn, like hop your
Hmm.
squadron? Well, I mean, what do you do, you
Yeah,
know? You don't really know. But like right now, with Crimson Dragon, like, and especially, okay, let me be realistic, okay? They preemptively, I'm not even sure how to speak English
preemptively.
anymore.
You got it. You got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like they banned my Scareclaw from Super Heavy Samurai because it was going to be like a meta deck, right? They didn't even let like Super Heavy get that far, and they hit that before everything happened. So with the new Centurion deck coming out, it is a less than 5 summon King Calamity lock. I just feel like if they want to like do what's right, they should just freaking hit this right now. So this doesn't become a problem like Scythe, like the Union Carrier with like the Blesser Blader like lock and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know, if they have done that, the meta and the format will be so much more healthy. And even though I hated that they did that to like super heavy because of the FTK, I still understand, you know? So just do this before it becomes even more broken because Crimson Dragon is already here. We've seen people already doing this. And Centurion just got released in the TCG, so people are gonna start doing this on regionals and whatever, you know? So yeah, I think just hit it right now.
Yeah, I
Uh
agree. I mean, the Buster Blader that was there for way too long. Same as Scythe. Like those cards were in the game in the meta for way too long. Like every deck was like just splashing it. I mean, Harpy
mm-hmm.
Firebrax was a bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was part of the problem too, because you could just tag out into the what was it, TG Wonder Magician, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and pop.
Pop side,
So I
going to
mean,
Barone.
it's kind of the same thing with the what's the Synchro Dragon that makes this? Like you it tags out or
Oh,
to
Crimson Dragon?
yeah, Crimson Dragons. Like that's the culprit as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
So those pieces in hand are just too powerful. They got to get rid of one. For me, I agree with Bruno. Get rid of like the actual card that says you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Get rid of
because
that card.
most decks that play Crimson Dragon, if they're not going to the King Calamity lock, they're actually going to like stuff like, oh, you have a Baron on the field, let's go into this pet. Or, oh, you have like level 8 on field, oh, let's go into this. Or you have a 12, you're going to like Quasar Dragon, which is like pretty good. So I just feel like that's the best way to do it. Like right now, just get rid of the actual problem card so it doesn't become like stupidly broken Yu-Gi-Oh! Tour guide. We've seen Unchained getting like super strong over time. I got my top with Unchained, and I can tell you like the deck is absolutely broken. I have not been playing the deck for that long, probably like less than a month. And I got a top with the deck. I feel like Tour Guide it is a pretty good card. Um, I like to keep this a no change in my opinion, but I feel like some people are arguing this to go back to semi where it's been before. Um, but I can still see there's like no change in my opinion. But I don't know. What do you say? What do you say, my man? What do you think?
Um, I don't know. Whenever I'm thinking about how broken a card is, I always think of like if it was available to other archetypes or types. I mean, because this one's a level 3 fiend or 3 or lower fiend.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put that onto, I mean, any other card, it's a scary card. Anything that summons from the deck, which you've got a few on here on your ban list or wish list, whatever. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um,
definitely. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
Isolde itself like summons from deck like any warrior you want. You just gotta
Exactly.
pay the cost, which is crazy as well. But I can see this going to semi. In my opinion, I can see this,
Yeah.
especially that they just reprinted this on Rarity Collection as an OT quarter century. Um, but at the same time, you can see this being no change. But I think semi is fair.
Yeah.
You still have like consistency in the deck, not as much, but I can see this going to semi like all day actually. So makes
I
sense.
think for that one, it depends on when the ban list drops. Because, like you said, they gotta sell the product, and if it comes out later, then I could see it going to semi.
Mm-hmm. For sure, definitely. Okay, Prosperity. Same thing. Just got released. Now everyone and their mother has access to Prosperity. It's like a $2 card, pretty much. Like, let's be realistic. This card is absolutely broken. If this is not going limited, it's going semi, in my opinion. But I can see this getting like even limited. The thing is, like with Prosperity is like decks that are consistent become over consistent. Like, and then you can just search like for your non-engines. You can search for your hand traps. You can search for your combo pieces, starters. It searches like your whole deck. It's another like 6 cards you're gonna be able to see if you can afford losing some of your extra deck. Um, but yeah, that's my take. Like either semi or limited. What do you think?
To be honest, I would like to see it stay unlimited, just for the fact that there are those budget players that just finally got their copies of it. Like you
Oh
were
yeah,
saying,
true. Very
there's
true.
super rares that are like $2 or whatever, and they're finally excited to play with it. Could you imagine getting a card like finally I can afford it, and then it's
Oh yeah.
limited, semi-limited? I'm like, oh come on.
Shouting ahead.
Um,
Yeah.
so I mean, yeah,
Then
Konami, let the little kids play with it. You know what I mean? Let them
okay.
have their time.
I take it. I'll take that. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
let everyone be happy for once, with their card. Okay, I agree. I agree. Okay, Featherstorm. It's
Oof.
nothing against Flu, okay, but I feel
I'll
like
say something against Flu. I hate that deck, dude. I hate that deck.
like I think it's just the
Oh
same
man.
thing as Calamity. Like, let's be realistic. Uh, if you see this in hand, you like, or if you like get hand trap, you can trust into this.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as Calamity, in my opinion. I know Calamity is a little bit more broken, but this like kind of does the same thing. It's like a skip turn, pretty much. So I would just like to see this card ban as well. Search as Harpy Feather Duster, bro. What the frick?
Yeah, it's
uh,
crazy.
no, but I
I mean,
think that yeah, this is not a good card. Like, not healthy for the format.
yeah, it's just not healthy for the game. I don't like it. Everyone complains about these FTKs or cards that just say you can't play the game, whatever. Um, and I agree. Like, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, except for that one. Don't worry about that card.
Okay.
uh, anyways, but no, I agree. Like,
Hmm.
it's unfair. There's not many like great ways to interact with that card either, because like they just activate it. boom. Like we don't have red reboot, which don't bring that card back. Just get rid of this. Okay. Red
Makes
reboot's
sense.
insane.
It is insane. It is. Okay, for the love of God, can we get Harp limited? Like, can we just do it? Like, can we please just like accept that the deck is like not as broken as it was, and just like, okay, let's bring this back to 1, and everyone is happy with it? Is it realistic? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I have no problem with it. I mean, just limited to 1, like it's not gonna break the deck. It definitely gives it a lot more. Like you could extender, like it just really moves deck around. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah. By the way, Orcust Horus
Hmm.
apparently become a deck. But I would like to see how good it actually is if this comes back. Like would this be good on that? I would like to see that actually. So, how broken would the deck be? I think it's a good time to do that. Another card that I feel like was unfair to get limited was Sacred Tree. I feel like this is my wish list personally. Bringing this back to 2, I think everyone would be fine with this. I know the deck. What's the name? It's not Tyrion. The quick play spells that have like the field spells, summon.
Runic.
Yeah, Runic. Yeah, here we go. Like Runic, Naturia was pretty good. I get it, but at the same time, like Naturia players deserve a little bit better. Like I just feel like they did us wrong. So yeah. What do you think? Is that fine? What do you think?
We're good. Move on.
We're good. We're good. Okay, this one I'll let Garrison talk about it because I'm not sure what he thinks about this card. MX Saber.
This one, oof. So we were talking about the cards that summon from deck. We've got Isolde, we've got Tour Guide, and how they're broken. Like more so Isolde because it's an extra deck card. Like that's a resource that you can access at any point of the game. When it comes to Tour Guide, you have to draw it. It has to be in your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one right here, oof. It's an extra deck, dude. It's ready for you whenever you want. It opens up some random FTKs. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
scary. Um,
I see.
if it was in archetype, like for instance, Gazelle, I always talk about Salad, but it's relevant. It was on the ban list. It's an archetype card, like it's not doing these generic summons from deck, and it's not a generic like.
I mean,
It's
you do.
semi-generic, but yeah.
Let's be okay. You don't have a generic summon from deck, but you do have Xyz that does like almost the same thing as this card right here. Mirage Estalia, right? Does that?
No. Oh, sorry. That's what was I talking about?
No.
Gazelle. Is that what I said? No, I
Yeah.
was trying to talk about Mirage
Oh.
Stallion.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my mistake. So
Mm-hmm. And
I'll
let's
just
be.
repeat that again. So like with Mirage Stallion, like being a Salad player, it's kind of the same card, like except for the fact that it's locked into an archetype. Like you summon a Salamangreat card from deck. This one, if I'm not mistaken, is just like a warrior, right?
This one is like a beast, I think.
A beast? Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right, a beast.
Uh
So I
huh.
mean, if someone's a beast from deck, like anything that just goes for like a type, it's gonna be broken. Someone will find
Mm-hmm.
something.
So that's the thing. Like I'm just comparing this to like Isolde, like where like we're keeping this limited, and in my opinion, Isolde is like twice as broken as this card, right? Because it searches and then it summons from deck, like any level. This one's
Yeah.
like gotta be level 3, I'm pretty sure. What the frick? So many notifications
it's
popping up right now.
2 3s. I don't think it has to be like beast even. I think it's just 2 3s, right?
Yeah, 2 level 3s, and you can summon like any beast from your deck. I get it. It can be
So
pretty broken.
that's where I'm like scared about it, because like any deck that can put down 3s, like Isolde, yeah, you gotta make it using warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's interesting for sure.
Okay. Well,
You had
let's
the
keep
argument
this.
of like the OCG, how
Mm-hmm.
it's available in the OCG. It's not doing crazy things over there, so
It's not doing
maybe.
anything, but I can see there's a no change or being limited. It's either or, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kirin. Kirin is an interesting card, and because there's like more support coming out for Magia Specters, I can see this just going to 1. Being totally realistic right now, that's probably what's gonna happen. Next card we have one is Purely Sleepy Memory. I think that's the name. This one is one that draws 1 during your opponent's standby phase. This card is way too absurd in my opinion. I feel like they should switch it around what they did. Like the one that's limited right now for them, just go back to 2 or 3, and then this card right here, just go to 1. This card is a pot of greed on legs because you activate that once to special summon. I mean, to draw 1 during semi phase, you activate a trap, summon a war, draw another card. So for each card of this, it becomes a pot of greed. Drawing 2 cards already broken. When they have 3 under something, they draw 6 cards during your turn. The deck plays a shit ton of hand traps. They like get so much advantage for next turn. Not only that, they're gonna have the continues, they're gonna have the field spell. If you get rid of their monsters, they're summoning another monster, they're adding 3 more quick plays from graveyard to the hand. When it goes back to the turn, they have over 10 cards in their hand. And that's just too absurd for me to think about it, like having 10 cards like added to your hand during your opponent's turn. It's absolutely insane. Have you played against Purely much, Garrison?
A little bit, yeah, and I agree. Like it draw 6. I mean, come on. Any card that says that, Yu-Gi-Oh players are looking to make broken.
Mm-hmm.
So even just draw 2. I mean, people are
Yeah,
playing it. So
it
I
is
think
limited in the
put it to
OCG.
limited, and then yeah, give them their pot of greed, and that's it. That's fine.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And just one thing as well, like this was the only deck I lost to at the tournament went to in Arizona, and it was because the guy straight up drew 6 cards in my turn. I was like, bro, what the frick? And then like I got rid of his monster, added 3 more. That's exactly what it said here. It's what happened to me. That's like I think the deck is fair. Like I know I have no war and stuff. It's a little harder to summon right now, but it's way too broken in my opinion. The next card we have is Meow Meow Moo. Um, Prank-Kids is so annoying in my opinion. It's just like a link skill, like fusion skill, out of like 1 card. I wouldn't do any changes to this. I would just give this ban in my opinion. Even though it kills the deck. But if it's a 1, it's just too much. If it's like unlimited, it's way too broken. Like,
Yeah.
I hate Prank-Kids in my opinion. It's just like scales way too easily. Any
Yeah, it's
comment?
interesting. I mean, when I first started trying to get, I don't know, consistent with playing Yu-Gi-Oh, trying to like develop the skill and whatnot, it was during like,
Prank-Kids?
Prank Kids, not Pank Kids, format, and it was crazy, dude. It
Mm-hmm.
was so tough. Like, they've got board wipes, they've got Raigekis during your turn, back row, front row, doesn't matter. And this is just like 3 starters, dude. It's
Mm-hmm.
so easy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I think yeah, you gotta stay 1. Next on the list we have epidemic virus, COVID in action. No one likes COVID, no one likes to be on quarantine of their cards. Let's be realistic right now. This like shouldn't even be limited because it's searchable on Labyrinth. I'm not sure why this card is still allowed in the game. Uh, I'm not sure if it's a wish list or just too much hate, but like I just like to see this card getting out of the format and like everything be more fine and chill, you know. So that's my take on
Yeah.
this card. Like, should just get banned.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, right there, the 2 cards next to it are all lingering effects, and that's kind of the problem. Like, if you can't, I mean, this one's a lingering effect to the max, because of what, 3 turns, right?
3 turns, yes.
Come on, that is just
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous.
It is
Even if it was
very
just
broken.
1 turn, they would still play it. Even if it was just 1 turn.
Oh yeah,
But when
like
it's 3, get that out of here.
hand
That's crazy.
wipe. It's a hand wipe. It does like too much for like long turns. Like it's yeah. If they're resolving this card and like you have like if your deck has like a ton of spells like Sky Strike and stuff like that, it's just like okay yeah you won, you got this. But like yeah, it's just too broken in my opinion. Um, Shifter, I would ban it because I just feel it's unhealthy for the format. It's as well a lingering 2 turn effect shifter, but I feel like it's either I don't know. It's a hard one. I want to say this goes to limited, but it's a sacky one, like Call by the Grave being a 1. You know, if it goes semi, it hurts the consistency of this, but it's still like they're gonna play it because it's shifter. You know, it's a skip turn pretty much for a lot of decks. Um, but I can't say this is limited. It's for me like either ban or unlimited. I don't know. I
Yeah,
have no
for
idea.
me, I'd probably still just leave it unlimited just because there's like some insane graveyard cards in decks. Like, With the Isolde cards, they're a big problem. So I don't know if they all got banned, maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So
It's
you,
still you can kind of play under the card. Like it's tough for a lot of decks. All most of the decks that I play really struggle with it, except for Suship. Suship
mm-hmm.
based deck. I mean, and that's the thing. If you can play this deck or play that card in a deck, it's kind of niche right now. With Kashtira being gone, that you've got Flu, which I mean we're already hitting Flu, so
Yeah, we all hate flu. Yeah, but so no change on this, you think?
I'd leave it. Sure.
Yeah, like I say, it's either unlimited or ban. Having this at one is like way too sacky. So yeah. Okay, another like this is like pretty much part of like a group, right? We all know this. Like these are floodgates.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's better floodgates than others. Yes, but they're very unhealthy for the format. Floodgates, in my opinion. Let's start off with skill drain. Skill drain was a one for like I don't know ever. I don't even remember when it was the last time I seen skill drain like a two or three, like you know. And I feel like it's good to skill drain go back to one in my opinion, even though like most labyrinth players are not playing skill drain anymore, like as like a main strategy for the deck. I just feel like skill drain is just too absurd. Like you're gonna shut off a whole engine. Like let's go back to like 2002 Go format style. Like come on. Like are you really gonna play like no effects on monsters? Like every single monster has effect. If you're playing against like a more like super heavy samurai, let's say that they're only monsters. Like you activate skill drain, like their pendulum is not gonna do like anything in their pendulum skills, but they're all monsters. Like this will shut off like so many decks, and I feel like it's better to be like a Saki one than like a consistent card with prosperity that you can go to, you know, stuff like that. That's just my take. Same thing like for all like other like floodgates. I would just put them all at one. So yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, when it comes to generic cards and like for floodgate aspects, I feel like I'd rather just see them either unlimited or banned. I hate putting them into one because then you're just like, "Oh, I got hit with the one of, and you just ruin your day and you'll complain about that, whatever. I feel like the difference between this and the Featherstorm is they're continuous, right? So MST negates, like just draw the out. There's all these
Mm-hmm.
memes about it, which do have some like truth about them. I definitely understand it. Like when you got a handful of monsters and they activate this, it's kind of the same feeling as the epidemic virus when you got a handful of spells. It's like, oof, it's over. Like it's very one-sided, over card. I mean, I don't know. Like
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a huge problem with skill drain recently. Like not a lot of people are playing it, but I get it. It's annoying.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah, I would agree they would ban this like these cards, but like knowing Konami is just like know that like they will not give us this like pleasure to like finish with like the stun decks. I'm not sure why Konami still supports stun decks like this much. Like I would just like put everything limited in my opinion. Like all this, even like anti spell. Like it's just like dude, waiting 2 turns to activate your spell is absurd. Like
Yeah,
you
that's the
said
one
it,
I hate the most.
yeah.
I hate that card. I mean, we had
Mhm.
Imperial Order for a minute at one, which what the freak was that about? These
Mhm.
cards, like it just turns off spells, man. Do not let these in the game.
No, definitely not. Yeah,
Yeah,
Imperial Order is not a healthy card as well. I think I'm the biggest hater of Imperial Order. Just like does not help the game, dude. It does not.
and
uh,
Tikaboo is insane as well.
yeah,
Tikaboo
goals
is
and like
insane.
this right here, guys, counts for like I know this is a kind of wish as well, but this counts for like goals and match rivalry. Even though I like the locks, you know, like the rivalry lock with
Feels
Zombie
good when you do
World,
it, but
you know,
not on the other
but
hand. Yeah.
it's not worth it. In my opinion, it's just not worth it. In my opinion, okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, um,
I mean,
is
I
this a
see
wish list?
some
Do you think, or do you think I don't?
I see some arguments for like skill drain staying and not the others. Just
Mm-hmm.
for the fact that like you can still kind of summon your monsters. You can do things. When it comes to Tikaboo, I feel like it's a very one-sided because if you play Tikaboo, a lot of decks can play under it. Like
Mm-hmm.
you've got the Vanquish Souls, excuse me, and then
Oh yeah.
just pop off. Like it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to anti-spell, it's like very one-sided because you set up your board, you flip anti-spell, and then what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, skill drain's like kind of the same way, but if you're playing skill drain, like it turns off your monsters as well. So that's the part like that I appreciate for like skill drain. So yeah, I agree. Like just get rid of anti spell, get rid of Tikaboo, but I don't know about skill drain. It's kind of fun sometimes.
Hmm. So you think like skill drain should like?
I would keep it unlimited. For my wish list, I would say unlimited skill drain. Just leave it alone. The other two, ban them, dude. Get them out of there. But
Okay,
that's just
let's.
me.
I wish like I'm trying to be realistic right now. I would like to see this ban as well. All of this 3 cards ban, but like the most realistic I can say is like probably skill drain going back to 1 because it's been a 1 before, and like have this like ban or like limited. That's my wish.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna keep it as this for now. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think? But
Yeah. Yeah. I understand the argument for like limiting the cards too, because I mean, if you pop one and they have another one, good luck.
yeah,
Good luck.
exactly. It's stupid.
Not only you have to draw the out, but you have to draw the out twice.
You have to draw the
Oh
out
man.
of the out. Yeah,
Hmm.
crazy. Okay, Callby. Callby is a fun card. I hate this is a Saki one as well,
Hmm.
but as a rogue player, I like to see this back to unlimited. That's my wish. Honestly, that's it's not realistic. I can't see this going back to like what it was.
Yeah.
But realistic will be probably no change. Or as a wish list, I would like to see this back at 3.
Yeah.
But it's
I mean,
just
in the OCG, they've got this at 2 and then cross out at 1, right?
I'm not sure if it's
I'm pretty
2-2
sure
or
it's that.
2-1.
It's
Yeah.
very strange list, but
Mhm.
for me, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I hate being hand trapped to death. Like, I like having a chance to play my deck, and
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I love that card. I love Called by the Grave, so I like it at 3, but
Mhm.
they'll
Let's
probably leave it. They'll
let's
probably
put
leave it at 1.
let's put it as a wish list right here.
Yep.
Okay, this card. This can go back to 2, right? I feel like it's not seeing any
Yep.
play. I would say that this can go back to unlimited, being realistic, but Konami doesn't release stuff that easy. Like they go like really slowly, you know.
Yep.
Um, so I can see this going back to semi and just calling the day, you know. So yeah. So I think
I like it.
there's no much argument. And the last card I have on the list, I'm gonna be realistic. I know this is a wish, but looking over the OCG formats that are going on right now, super heavy with Scareclaw there, it's not their top tier deck. It still does something, but it's not the tier 0 deck over there. With that being said, Scareclaw to 1 should be fine. It shouldn't be a problem. It should give the deck the consistency that needs to be back in like a meta level maybe, or like a tier 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't
Turn it
think
back
it.
into a deck instead of just an engine.
Exactly. So bring back this to 1. This is harder than the soul Scareclaw, and I think everyone should be fine with this. So yeah, like I don't think we've like missed like a lot of cards. If there's anything we missed, guys, let us know in the comments, because it's hard to like talk about like every single card. Let us know if you disagree with anything we said here, because it's hard to do a tier list honestly, because it's our personal opinion as well that counts in here.
Oh yeah.
But we're trying to be as much as biased as we can, like nah to like either side, you know. So yeah. Any final words, Garrison? Any shout outs you want to give?
Nah, man, just let's get this channel growing, boys and girls. Like it's good. We want to hear the feedback, we want the comments, the likes, share with your friends. Like let's just get this community blooming up. We love Yu-Gi-Oh. We love you guys. Peace out.
Peace, guys.